Okay, everybody, we are back to the hotspot. And as you know, we were talking last week with our friends from Startup Weekend. Of course, we have James Robinson, the president of the E-Society, and Jeressa Camacho, who are the coordinators of this wonderful event celebrating entrepreneurship, opportunity, and of course, big thinking. But the featured stars of our interview this afternoon is Team Scrap, and they come to us all the way from Pohnpei here on Zoom. So Team Scrap, Hafade and Kasalele. Yes, I need to go back to Pohnpei. Okay, so James and Jeressa, maybe give us some context, set it up and everything. How was the competition itself? How well attended was the event, and how did Team Scrap basically emerge victorious?
So the event was amazing. So we had a total of 100 registered participants, mentors, and volunteers for the event, which is our largest to date since we've been running Startup Weekend. There were 7 teams. It was very close competition. Everybody showed tremendous dedication and commitment to the entrepreneurial spirit throughout the event, and Team Scrap came out on top, and their dedication and hard work truly showed.
Mm-hmm. Jeressa, I do not envy you because I'm sure you had a lot of really hard work to do figuring out who was the best team. But what did you see as far as the breadth of ideas and the presentation and the innovative thinking?
So for the innovative thinking of sustainability, that was our main topic for this year's Startup Weekend Micronesia. We did have a lot of different types of sustainability business ideas, and Scrap just came on top because their idea was very interesting and was very necessary and needed. So I guess our judges really thought that Scrap had a really good idea that could really change Pohnpei and make it for the better.
Okay, well, Team Scrap, I would say that if you were entering the competition just based on your smiles alone, I can see why you won. But but obviously, your ability to formulate a solution to a very established problem and come up with something and convince the judges that you guys had really put a lot of thought into this, and this is an achievable goal. Really put you guys ahead of the competition. So can you maybe talk about your project and what problem were you looking to solve?
So basically, we were looking at the theme, was it sustainability? So we were just like thinking what's the most the common problem here, and also what kind of business would be best to refer back to the problem to. So we came up with the food waste, because here in Pohnpei, yeah, we surely have people are throwing away food when others are they're really hungry in the other states and some. So we were thinking instead of wasting all those food, we could convert it and make use of it, because the shipment here is also, it's been delayed. It could be after 2 to 3 months, and then there is shipment. That's why we come up with that plan.
That is tremendous. James, what imparted upon you as Team Scrap was presenting, and as I mean, it's problem introduction, and then they said, we can feel this as residents of Pohnpei, and then they proposed their solution. What impact did that make on you?
So what impacted me the most about their idea is they were taking, they took the idea of sustainability, ran with it, and they came up with what would be waste and end up in the landfill and turned it into usable product that, and it also lowers the cost for the people. As them as a supplier, they'd be able to provide a more competitive price than what's currently on the market in their area.
You checked all the boxes, Team Scrap. It's economically sound, environmentally stable, and very, very pragmatic, for the good men and women of Pohnpei. Jeressa, of course, one of the criteria that we were talking about last week when I first had you on was all the teams had to produce a minimum viable product, right? So we're going to have Team Scrap actually do maybe a little bit of a description and maybe possibly a demo. But what did you see as far as the MVPs that were presented by all the teams?
For all the teams, they did show some videos and very great presentations. And
okay.
And, yeah, it was really. They were all very good presented slides and very interesting, and it could happen, it could work. And I don't think anyone really came up with a physical product to show, but they did have very good slides, and blueprints and ideas of how to make it come about.
Okay, and obviously they really thought this through, because I mean anybody can just say, oh, I want to make a hotel on Mars, and you know, like, I mean, that's probably not going to happen in the next maybe 5 to 10 years, I think. But Team Scrap, you know, I'd like to give the floor over to you now, because you guys actually were able to really convince the judges, you know, based on, again, you know, the pragmatic nature and the fact that you actually did propose a solution that can be done. Yeah, so please tell me all about that.
I'm sorry, can you repeat yourself? We're kind of
Okay.
having a internet.
Oh, no problem. Okay, so can you talk about your solution? Maybe you know, give your presentation again. Maybe make your pitch, and like what was your demonstrated solution? And they're a good company, because you can see clearly they're delegating between each other. So.
So ours was that we would get food waster products from schools, restaurants, and grocery stores, because they mostly throw them away. Instead of throwing them away, we would convert them into pig feed and fertilizer. In Pohnpei, we do have issues because also the growers here, they come late and they're very expensive. So ours was that we would keep it cheap, but then also at a fair price.
Very nice. Ladies, I must ask you, this was Startup Weekend was a competition. Were you nervous at all, or the more you worked together and, you know, kind of like really refined your idea, did you get a lot more confidence?
We definitely were.
I can't see it now. You all four of you look very, very confident.
It was exciting and very challenging.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so as we like to say, you know, in competition, like especially like in sports or in business, James, you know, to the winner, to the victor go the spoils. So what does Team Scrap get? Because now they've actually formulated an idea. You're actually here to help them actually turn it into a real solution that they can put directly into the pipeline in Pohnpei, right?
That's correct. So Team Scrap gets they get seed money to help fund their startup. And so they'll receive $2,500 that will be deposited into a business account once the TechStars requirements are met. So they need to obtain a business license, open a business account, and go through training with their local SBDC. And and then when that's completed, we'll transfer the $2,500 into their account.
Did they know this prior, or are you just telling them now?
No, so
they seem quite excited.
They knew. I think nobody was really focused on the prizes throughout the weekend. So, like I said, everybody showed just determination and commitment to solving an issue and doing it sustainably. One thing I do want to note, because I'd like to give them credit, is I believe that the current market price for their product in Pohnpei is $32 per bag, and their proposed price for their business was $25, which is a tremendous cut. And
wow.
Yes, I mean, and to do it sustainably, I mean, kudos to them.
Very, very nice. That's what, like that's a 30% reduction in cost, if my math is correct, and it's probably not. Very, very, very nice, ladies. That's very impressive. Jerissa, before we turn it into Team Scrap for their final thoughts, what do you see as maybe like future startup weekends? And for people that are watching this right now and inspired and saying, you know, I would like to do this and everything, what can people expect to see in the future?
For the future of as long as it's in Startup Weekend Micronesia, we are planning to do it face-to-face next year. Definitely hoping that we can do it face-to-face next year, and bringing out some of our UOG Entrepreneur Society members to go out to these islands and also just do friendly competition in your own islands this time.
Okay, so Team Scrap, again, you guys are $2,500 richer today, so congratulations. And so now the responsibility is on you four wonderful ladies. So when do you plan on starting? You know, now you've earned the respect, the admiration of everybody who's involved with Startup Weekend. When do you guys actually start on your solution and put it into practice?
So we were thinking, like, for now we're graduating for our AS in business.
Mm-hmm.
So we're like for now we're just gonna further our education for our bachelor's, and then maybe in 2 or 3 years, I think that's the time we're all going to be ready to start that company.
Okay, well, you guys have your business plan already, and it wowed the judges. So congratulations to you guys again, and congratulations to James and to Jeressa and the many people behind the scenes who are doing all the work, because I know these kind of things are not easy to put together, but very job well done by all of you.
Thank you.
Thank
We've had an
you.
amazing team putting this together, so credit goes to them.
All right. Okay, so that again, James Robinson, the president of the E-Society, Jeressa Camacho, of course, with Startup Weekend, and of course, Team Scrap from Pohnpei, these wonderful ladies who came up with an amazing, amazing idea, and we wish you all the very best.
Hala.
All right. So just Lassie and Ajos, ladies, and please stay tuned because the hotspot will continue with more right after this.
Get up-to-the-minute news plus access to alerts, streaming radio.